Hi everybody, I'm Alchemist2 and I am back with a theater review. This time I went to the IU Repertory Theater and saw The Most Delightful Comedy by William Shakespeare, Comedy of Errors. And actually I didn't know anything about this particular comedy. And according to the playbill, it was probably the first work that he wrote, though a lot of Shakespeare scholars state otherwise. They think that it was Romeo and Juliet, but I don't know. This seems to be a little bit more advanced than the plot of Romeo and Juliet, and I'm not sure, but if it is, then it is a work of pure genius and nothing short of hysterical, and there are some moments in it that are profound in and of themselves. But the playbill has the best story of the comedy itself, and I'm going to go ahead and read it. It says here, the story so far. Eugenian, a successful merchant from Syracuse, and his wife Amelia are abroad at Bedamon, a seaport on the Adriatic coast, where he is conducting business. Amelia, happily, gives birth to identical twin boys. On the same day, a poor woman in their inn also gives birth to identical twin boys, and Eugenian buys the babies from her to raise them to be servants for his new sons. Soon, Amelia wants to go home to Syracuse to show off her babies. They book a passage on a ship bound for home. Unfortunately, a violent storm comes upon the ship. The ship comes upon a rock. Eugenian and Amelia, each with a half set of twin babies, are thrown into the sea and separated. Eugenian and a set of babies are picked up by a ship and taken to their home in Syracuse. Amelia and her set of babies are picked up by a ship, but Eugenian does not know their fate. Time passes. Eugenian grows older, as do his sons and his sons' servants. To show their love for their missing babies, both twins adopt the name of their lost brothers. The boys from Syracuse, Antipholus and Dromio, leave their new hometown to search the world for their identical twin brothers. Not wanting to lose all his family, Eugenian later follows after, searching for both his sons and their servants. He wanders for 5 years, losing his fortune along the way. His journey finally takes him to Ephesus, which proves a dangerous city. It is against the law for a Syracusan to be in Ephesus, and the punishment is death. But what other surprises might there be in Ephesus? And all of the characters here are just, they're really nothing short of fantastic. They have, Eugenian actually played another role in when Antipholus is being bound, when everybody thinks he's gone completely mad. And there are it's a case of mistaken identity and finding one's true nature of self. And as human beings, I think we can all relate to that. We all look for who we really are and our authentic selves. And it's just, there's so much in this play that makes it just delightful, and there's quite a bit of innuendo and double entendre that just Shakespeare is able to turn a phrase so elegantly and eloquently. His ability to do that is nothing short of phenomenal. And it made me realize why I love the Bard to begin with. This play has quite a few couplets in it, and I think that probably made the lines a little bit easier for the actors to memorize, but it was still just breathtaking. And I laughed so hard that I was crying, and my ribs actually hurt, and that's probably why my voice sounds the way it does. But I think that this would have to be my favorite Shakespearean comedy, due to the fact that it's so short, and you really don't have to understand Shakespearean English to get what's really going on with Antipholus and Dromio and their twin brothers, and how everything is so botched up and confusing and quite labyrinthine at times. And it's so funny. And there's a guy, actually before the play begins, there's a man with an accordion who comes out and he plays in the aisles. And even the actors, like the courtesan, they almost call her a hooker, but she comes out into the audience, and she did a little serpentine sway, and it was so cute. If you're going to see a play, I would think that this would be the one, even if you don't like Shakespeare, because it is just so comedic. And it's these actors, they know what they're doing. And I was extremely impressed with everybody. The whole cast, they knocked my socks off. And I haven't laughed that hard in a long, long time. And I just think that this is a classic that deserves to be recognized. And if you have a chance to go and see it at the IU Repertory Theater, do so, because I really think that this cast is extremely talented, and they really bring to life the words of Shakespeare, and this whole comedy, and the seriousness of finding out who you truly are, and then figuring out that it's better to go along as friends rather than enemies. We could all learn a lesson from that. But Shakespeare was ahead of his time in believing such a strong tacit. And I give it 5 stars and 2 thumbs way up, because it is just a splendid play, and I was utterly transfixed the entire time, just laughing my tuchus off. And I loved it. I can't say that much else about it, other than if you have a chance to see it, then go, because it's definitely worth your money and definitely worth your time.